Namaste again, my beautiful queens and beautiful kings, if any. Uh, I receive, I don't know, hundreds of emails a day. Uh, I wish I had like, I don't know, 79 hours a day. Of course, about the situation going on right now with this thing called the coronavirus. Uh, Not the first virus, not the last one. Every couple hundred years of couple dozen years, we already saw this before, and we will see it again. Many of you are asking me to give you advices how to deal with this, to tell you what I'm thinking about it. I have already told you about this website, Lonely Wolf. Well, under this video, I'm going to link I'm going to post the link to this website, because what I'm going to tell you, they already put it all together, and you can listen to me, or you can click it and you can read more into it. This website is priceless. This website should be, honestly, I believe that it has to have the access which people would have to pay for, maybe a couple dollars, because this priceless information, which is the work of United Twin Flame. You see the United Twin Flame working together as a team. They created it, and there is tons and tons and tons of information out there. You can sign up. You can sign up for their newsletters. It just I already told you about inner child healing techniques, the traumas, the shaming, the toxic shaming. It's all from there. Unbelievable. It's like if I took all 20,000 books I have written and put it onto one website in very easy to understand way. You can find it all there. I didn't want to talk about the virus. I know too much, and who's creating all this, but I will talk about not specifically this coronavirus, but I will be talking about what we can do about it when a situation is like this, similar to this. Of course, it's important, to be prepared and use regular, usual, normal precautions which everybody's using, even if you get a flu. Of course, it's important. I will not be talking about it. You already all know about it. But please don't get consumed by fear, because fear and panic weakens your immune system, your physical immune system. It triggers all these old wounds, it triggers all these old shadows, it triggers all this all this like old traumas. So please, I will tell you here the 9 ways to access the inner goddess or God, the inner strength. It's not even about this particular situation in the world. It's not even about it. Lots of people are terrified for their finances. How are they going to be able to make money? Will they have to change jobs? Will they have to? Nothing happens just by itself. I'm not going to be talking about, how we are destroying our mother planet, which is alive. It's an alive planet. She is alive. Gaia is alive, and we keep mistreating it and mistreating it and mistreating it. Of course, we can't not expect. Sometimes she's losing her patience and something happens. Also, such experiences, unfortunately, happen when we are being forced to look inside of ourselves and to force to understand who we really are, why we are really here, what we are here for. what the reasons of this, what the solutions of this. Of course, we're forced, many people are submerged into the only thing people are thinking about is to make more money. And they have 1 million, they want 10 millions. When they have 10 millions, they want 20 millions. When they have 20 millions, they want 1 billion. I know a man who has 1 billion and who wants 20 billions. It's never enough. And maybe in another paradox of life is when the millionaires and multimillionaires act cheap. Like, you know, if he can get something done for free, he's gonna get it for free. Can I get, like, it's a legendary when even in this Made in Manhattan, when Jennifer Lopez, they see this women paying $10,000 a night for the room in a hotel, stealing the little shampoos and body washes from the trays of the maids in Manhattan hotel. I can tell you that as an interpreter, as a multi-language speaker, I worked so many years as an interpreter for many multi-millionaires, and I can write a book of how ridiculously cheap they are. They are idiotically cheap. One would buy a hamburger. A guy had like over $50 million. He would wear the same pants for 20 years, the same shoes for 20 years. He would buy a hamburger and he would cut it, and he would eat one half for lunch and one half for like this, like that. They are up to being idiotically cheap. They're so cheap. The richer you are, the cheaper you become. And then they do this social experiment when they come to a homeless guy and give him a box of donuts. This guy has nothing. They give him donuts, and then another man comes to him and says, listen, I'm very hungry, can I have some of your donuts? And the homeless guy says, of course, help yourself, sit down right here, I'm gonna bring you a blanket, are you cold? Like that. Those millionaires and billionaires, this is the thing I have to work actually with, because my beautiful queens, I detest, unfortunately, I have this detesting of rich people, because I've seen them in different circumstances so many times that they've it's like, oh, give me a break. I really, they are like that. So not all of them, of course, but those I've met. So I went off the topic. So of course we are being forced to see that there are more important things than making millions. Keep on killing our planet, keep on betraying each other, keep on using each other for making more money. Maybe this will force people to see it deeper. So 9 ways to get to your strength. And it can be, the situations which could be challenging. It can be many situations. It can be a traumatic experience of your childhood or what you're going right now. It can be emotional abuse you have to be dealing with, probably in the family or at work. It could be someone got ill in your family, or you going through spiritual awakening. When people go through spiritual awakening, sometimes it seems like I must be crazy, I must be insane. Like, is this all happening? Or at Twin Flames especially. So life-changing situations, things which change. Please, this all could be traumatic. This all could be very complicated, very difficult. So what you need to do to access your inner strength during the period of time when there's severe stress or illness or a loss of someone, or you feeling pain, emotional, physical. I'm experiencing all this, of course, myself. So please, I'm repeating the link to the articles and to the article of the inner strength and other articles. I'm going to be linking it right here First, what you need to do, you can write it down if you want, my beauties. First, treat yourself with love and compassion. I know for some of you it's something impossible. I've been there, done that, still difficult for me. But treat yourself, first of all, with love and compassion. With love and compassion, yourself, okay? Just be, once in a blue moon, start practicing it already. Start treating yourself with compassion and love. Tell yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, you are feeling stressed. It's okay to feel this way. Tell yourself, I am doing the best I can. Okay, I am not just let it all happen. I'm doing the best I can. Tell yourself, looking in a mirror, I love you. I accept you no matter what. I am here for you. Just do it. Just freaking do it. You all have the mirrors. Just do it. Speak to yourself as if you were speaking to a scared child, because we all inside are those scared children. Address your inner child. This is the biggest issue of the modern world. We all, 98% of us, we had inner child wounds, and this website has it all. Treat your inner, in this, when in a time of distress, that inner child comes out scared and terrified, not knowing where to run, where to find help. Address your inner child with kindness. Find this inner child healing on this website, or in my videos, or in other YouTube channels. Stop ignoring that inner child. You've been ignoring him for a long time. Treat yourself with love and compassion. Please treat yourself. Heal your inner child. Write your inner child the letters. I love you. I will protect you. I will not anyone hurt you. This I will never stop saying. This is number one. Number two, allow yourself to feel what you feel. Girls, yesterday I talked to a man. I want to make a video about it. A twin flame man. It's like it's amazing. You know what he said? A man with with everything, as I already said, twin flames, it seems like they were written the same scenario. The higher forces, the guides and keepers, they ran out of ideas. Okay, all right, okay, this one is gonna be a politician, this one is gonna be a head of a hospital, this one is gonna be a movie star, this one is gonna be a pop star, this one. So it's always like one is there, one is here, and one which is high position in society is unfortunately spiritually is a long way behind the one which doesn't have a position in society, but has all the spiritual strength. And it's like the guides and keepers were like, okay, what else can we, give them all the same thing. And it's like, okay, put them on different continents, put them in different social levels, put them in different cultures, let him be from here, her from here, but it's like all the same, all identical, seems like. So this man, you know what he told me, which really froze me. This is a beautiful man, and he insisted to see me in person. He didn't want to talk to me over the phone. He said, I'll pay you whatever the hell, I don't care, I must see you, I must be sitting in front of you. And he was so desperate. I said, okay, whatever, come over. And a man flies from New York just so he can sit in front of me and look at me and tell me his twin flame, who cannot be twin flame because he has this. And know what killed me? The phrase he told me, I am terrified to feel. Okay, I must not feel what I feel. I am running away from feelings. I don't want to allow myself to. Can you imagine this? Maybe you can fool yourself in your thoughts, but how long can you fool yourself in your feelings and your emotions? So, number two, whatever you feel, forget about guilt, forget about anything. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. Let me repeat it two more times. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. One of the greatest reasons, biggest reasons for long-term suffering is when you repress your emotions. And this is what men do. He was just sitting in front of me, and just he said, like, I'm so severe on myself. I'm like, and he said, like, if I lived probably 300-400 years ago, I would hit myself and hurt myself. So like those monks, Opus Dei craze, this is Catholic branch, they, whenever they would feel something or want something or have any desires or wishes, they would physically hurt themselves. So all they can feel is a physical hurt, a craze of religion. So he says, I would probably whip myself and I would probably, go through some physical pain, so I don't feel what I feel to this woman, because I must not feel it. I don't want to feel it. I'm forbidding myself to feel it. And this already caused him one heart attack. Don't repress when you feel you are alive. Don't repress your emotions and feelings. Please, please, please do not repress your feelings, emotions. It is not always possible to feel our emotions after very traumatic circumstances, because I know in myself I go numb. Like when it's severely traumatic, I get numb, I freeze, I don't feel nothing. This is how my body protects me. But it is vital at some point, my queens and kings, to re-experiencing anything that we have shut away inside. In my case, I already told you, been there, done that. In my case, it's my childhood. When I have to face that little girl, in my mind, in my head, in my heart, I have to hug her and tell her, no one's gonna hurt you. I will protect you. I start shaking and I start crying and I just shut it off. I don't want to go there. Even under the hypnosis, whenever I have to face that little girl, I just can't do it. I just cannot go back. And but you have to, in order to sometimes you have to go and face this situation and allow yourself to feel in order to heal it. Remember this: whatever you repress or suppress tends to have a way of building up within you like a volcanic lava. At some point, you need to let it all out. Stop suppressing, let it all out. This will either happen consciously and intentionally, or unfortunately in some catastrophic it can be catastrophic unconscious reaction to something that triggers you. It's called volcanic eruption. You have to feel it in order to heal it. You have to allow yourself to feel it in order to heal it. You have to, somehow you can do it in your own journal and write it down. You can do it in a therapy. You can do it in practicing inner healing, child meditation. Girls, everything is out there on internet. It's not gonna go by itself. If you want to cry, when you are talking with psychologists, like I have 3 psychologists, which then they come to me and talk to me. Then they say, okay, now I'm going to tell you what's going on with me. I say, wait a second, who is a psychologist here? They tell you, you can cry. You can cry to let it out. There is the beautiful movie called Dear Zindagi, Bollywood movie, with the girl who was abandoned. It's an actress, Alia Bhatt. What a genius actress. And that actor, I don't remember his name, or don't want to remember his name. Anyways, she is there. uh, she was abandoned when she was a child, and it screwed up her life. She couldn't have normal relationship with men because she was so scared to be abandoned, so she would dump them first. She couldn't talk more than 2 minutes with her parents. She and then she comes to the psychologist, and at some moment she just cries and tells how she felt when her mother and her father abandoned her when she was little. And then he said to her, you know what, try to look at your parents as human beings who make mistakes, who can't do something right, who can do something wrong. Try to look at the situation as if you were looking at just people who make mistakes. They don't do everything ideally. Yes, they screwed up, but they didn't probably do it intentionally. So after that, she could fix herself, fix her life, so on and so on. So just please, it's allowed to cry, it's allowed to feel, it's allowed to experiencing all the range of emotions. Allow yourself to feel. I am running out of time. Number 3, breathing technique. Breathe deeply. Prana means breathing. That's why there is a prana yoga. We have to breathe in order to live. During the time of traumatic experiences, what happens to our minds just racing, our minds racing, the breathing becomes shallow. And when the breathing becomes shallow, then we start to having breathing problems and anxiety. This is like I have it all during all my life since childhood. Panic attacks, anxiety. So breathe, try to get yourself couple minutes, breathe slowly, try to breathe softly, try to breathe deeply in your stomach. Deep breathing calms down your nerve system. It sends those signals to the brain to calm down. Calm down, just calm down. Concentrate on breathing, concentrate on sensation of your body when you breathe. Just breathe, just breathe. You again, you want to read more, you have to click the link. Number 4, try to slow down. Try to stop running around with your head, seems like without your head. Try to slow down. Try to work, move, and speak a little bit slower. When at time of stress you feel like you feel panic, try to slow down. Try to slow down the process. Do one thing at a time. When you look at everything you have to do, oh my God, I have to do this and this and this and this and this. I have to do this and this and this and this. Oh my God, I don't have time for all this. How am I gonna do it all? Slow down. Do one thing at a time. Just do like you do one thing. If you need to clean the entire house and you go crazy, how you're gonna do cleaning and cooking and fixing and paying the bills, and just say, okay, I'm gonna first vacuum. I'm gonna go cook dinner. I'm gonna pay my bills. Do one thing at a time. The world will not end if you slow down a little bit, but you will feel better. Slow down. Number 5, let go of self-victimizing. Lots of you do that. And I think we all sometimes do that. And little of us would admit this. Even strong ones, even very spiritual ones. Let me drink some of it. Excuse me. Even strong ones, even deep ones, even very spiritual of us, we refuse, even to ourselves, to admit we sometimes do this self-victimization. What is that? When we believe our thoughts, we suffer. But here is the thing. Your thoughts don't actually mean anything about you unless you believe in your thoughts. Thoughts are simply fluctuations of energy. We usually don't control our thoughts, unfortunately. And it's very hard to train our mind to control our thoughts. Otherwise, there would be a completely different story. We can't even predict what the next thought we're gonna think. So don't try to control your thoughts, at least when you are stressed out. The thing is that the root cause of all suffering is believing and identifying yourself with thoughts instead of witnessing them and letting them go. When we experience trauma or traumatic stressful time, what happens to our mind? The mind tends to create thoughts about how terrible our lives are. And our mind begins to create an identity around suffering. This is called victim complex. The moment we begin to believe, we start to do self-victimizing and self-pitying thoughts. And then what happens? We start feel suffering. So when you're aware about those thoughts, you become aware, okay, I'm thinking negatively. Try not to identify yourself with those thoughts. Don't identify yourself with those thoughts so you don't create suffering. How to access your inner strength? Is it easy job? No. But it is about teaching yourself to become aware. One of the things when you get into your inner strength is when you become aware of those intrusive negative thoughts, and when you realize that they only mean something if you believe in them. Otherwise, they don't mean anything. These thoughts, they come and go without hustle or worry. One of the best ways to stop identifying yourself with your thoughts, of course, the very well-known old thing called meditation. Just that. Number 6, remember, you already been through similar situations in the past and you survived. We have been there. We have done that. Remember, the situations like this already happened. And you survived them. You got through them. You resolved those problems. And this shall pass as well. Keep in mind that everything passes, number 8. This shall pass. But love. We have an old song in Russian. Все пройдет, и печаль, и радость. Everything will pass. The sadness and joy. Все пройдет. Так устроен свет. Everything shall pass. This is how the world is done. Все пройдет. Everything shall pass. Только верить надо. But please believe, что любовь не проходит. Нет. That love never ends. it stays. The only eternal and immortal force is love. But everything else shall pass. And these scary things shall pass as well, my beautiful queens. And number 9, connect with your soul. Your soul is very core and essence of who you truly are. It's the very center of your being. This place that is full of your own unique light, which is divine. It has the knowing. It has the love. It has deep wisdom, profound strength. Connect with your soul. All the answers are already there. This, my beautiful queens, I hope will help, and kings as well. I am sending you my love and light. Namaste.